Hello everyone. Here I'm with the continuation of the chapter Deep Water, right after when he was drowning. In between the phase of terror, William recollected the plan that he had to take a jump as he touched the bottom of the pool. As he felt the tiles of the bottom of the pool, his feet used all the strength he had and he jumped up. The effort went in vain. He was still submerged in the water. He looked around for help, for any rope, ladder, or water wing with the help of which he could rescue himself. He could only see water all around him. It was as if a chunk of yellow water had grabbed him. The terror grew intense. It was like an electric shock that ran through the whole body. He trembled with fright. He could neither move his limbs nor call out for help. Something strange happened, and William saw light. His eyes came out of water, his nose was almost out of it. Then he started going downwards into the pool for the third time. He tried to breathe but gulped water instead. The light went out as he drowned again. Then he stopped making efforts to save himself. William relaxed. His legs became lifeless and his brain experienced a blackout. The fear ended. He did not panic. He became quiet and experienced peace. He was not afraid of drowning any more. He felt sleepy, was tired to jump up, felt nice to be carried in his mother's arm as he felt sleepy. William became unconscious as he drifted away towards death. When William gained consciousness, he was lying on his stomach beside the pool and was vomiting. He heard someone scolding the boy who had pushed him into the pool. The voice said that William had almost died, and the boy replied that he was fooling with him. The voice asked the boy to carry William to the locker room. After many hours, William walked home. He felt weak and shivered. He kept on crying as he lay on the bed. He was unable to eat food. The fear kept on haunting him for many days. The incident made him physically upset. The slightest work made him feel that his knees were unable to bear his weight. He would feel like vomiting. William did not go to the swimming pool as he feared the water. He remained away from water. After some years, William came to know of a waterfall and wanted to go in it. Whenever he went for swimming in different rivers like the Teton, Bumping River, Warm Lake, or the Goat Rock, the fear of water returned. It would grab him, completely disable his limbs, and grab his hair. The fear of water remained with William as he grew up. On the boating trips to different lakes in the Maine region, New Hampshire, Deschutes, Melodies, Columbia, Bumping Lake, where he fished different varieties of fish, namely salmon, bass, trout, the fear followed him. His fishing trips were destroyed as he did not enjoy boating and swimming due to his fear. William tried to ward off the fear but was unable to get rid of it. Finally, in the month of October, he hired an instructor to teach him swimming. He would practice for an hour each day, 5 days a week. William describes the learning process. The learning by the instructor, who put a belt around William's waist. The belt was attached to a thick rope. The rope went through an overhead pulley and was held by the instructor. It ensured that in case William drowned, the instructor would pull him out. William swam across the length of the pool for several weeks. Whenever the instructor loosened the rope, he went down into the water and the fear would return. It would immobilize his legs. It was after 3 months of practice that William got comfortable. Then the instructor taught him to breathe in the water. He taught him to put his face under the water and exhale his breath. He was taught to raise his nose out of the water and inhale. William practiced several times. Gradually, he got rid of the panic that would grab him when he put his head under the water. In the third phase of the learning process, the instructor taught William to kick the water surface with his legs. He did this for many weeks. Initially, his legs did not move, but gradually they relaxed, and finally, William could order them to kick in the desired way. Finally, the instructor made a swimmer out of William in phases. When William had perfected each phase, he compiled them. In the month of April, the instructor told William that now he could swim. He asked him to dive into the pool and swim the length of the pool in a particular style called the crawl stroke. William swam and the classes came to an end. Means he has become a perfect swimmer. William had not overcome the fear yet and wondered if the terror would grab him when he would be alone in the water. He tried to swim alone in the pool. The terror returned in small phases, but now, as he knew how to swim, he faced the terror with confidence. He swam another length of the pool. William swam like this till the month of July, but was not satisfied. He wanted to be sure that all of the fear had left him, so he went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire, dived into it from Tiggs Island, and swam for 2 miles up to Stampede Island. He swam in different styles: crawl, breaststroke, side stroke, and backstroke. The terror returned only once when he was in the middle of the lake. When he put his head under water, he saw water all around, and the fear returned. This time William laughed at the terror and said to it that it could not harm him. He saw that the terror vanished, and he resumed swimming. William still had some doubt about the fear, so he hurried towards the western direction. He went up the town, reached Conrad Meadows, walked up the Conrad Creek trail to Maid Glacier. He camped at the meadow by the warm lake. The next morning he wore the swimming costume and dived into the lake. He swam across it to the other end and returned just like the famous American dog Corporal used to do. William shouted with joy as he had overcome his fear. His voice resounded as the mountain peak named Gilbert Peak reverberated it. He had overcome the fear. The experience had a great importance in William's life. He realized that death was peaceful and only the fear of death was fearful. He recollects the words of one of the presidents of America, Roosevelt. Roosevelt had said that all we have to fear is fear itself. As William had experienced death and the fear of death, his desire to live grew immensely. He felt released from fear and was free to walk up the trails and climb up the mountains fearlessly. And this is all about the chapter. I hope you understood and got it. Here is the summary. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.